My name is Sophia, and for years, I thought I was the villain in my own life story. Divorced at 35, scraping by as a freelance graphic designer while my ex-husband, Marcus, climbed the corporate ladder like it was made of gold. Our daughter, Lily, was 12 when the split happened, old enough to remember the fights, young enough to be molded by whoever had the bigger house and the shinier toys. Marcus remarried 6 months after the papers were signed, to Victoria, a perky 28-year-old marketing exec with perfect highlights and a laugh that sounded like wind chimes. I tried to be the bigger person, co-parenting with gritted teeth, but Lily's words that fateful afternoon shattered something inside me. It was a sunny Saturday in May, and I picked Lily up from Marcus's sprawling suburban mansion for our weekend together. She slumped in the passenger seat of my beat-up Honda, scrolling through her phone, her earbuds dangling like a barrier. "Mom, why do we always have to eat ramen? Victoria makes these amazing quinoa salads with fresh herbs from her garden." I forced a smile, gripping the wheel tighter. "Well, sweetie, not everyone has a garden. But hey, ramen's an adventure, right?" She rolled her eyes, that preteen disdain cutting deeper than any knife. "Adventure? It's lame. Dad says you're just, I don't know, a failure." Victoria's not like that. She's successful. She has her own business line coming out soon. Why can't you be more like her? The words hung in the air like smoke, choking me. Failure. From my own daughter's mouth, echoing her father's poison. I pulled over to the side of the road, tears blurring the dashboard. "Lily, that's not fair. I raised you while your dad chased promotions. I built our home from nothing." But she just shrugged, popping her gum. "Whatever. Victoria says failures make excuses." That night, as Lily slept in her old room, now cluttered with my work files, I stared at the ceiling, rage simmering into resolve. Victoria wasn't just the new wife. She was the symbol of everything I'd lost. But if I was a failure, I'd fail spectacularly at letting her win. I started small, digging into Victoria's life like a detective in a thriller novel. Social media was my first tool. Her Instagram was a curated dream. Yoga poses at dawn, boardroom selfies, hashtags like #bossbabe and #empoweredwomen. But beneath the filters, I spotted cracks. She worked for a boutique marketing firm, handling high-end clients, and her business line was a side hustle, custom-branded wellness products, teas and journals promising inner peace. Marcus funded it, of course, from our shared assets he'd maneuvered in the divorce. I remember the settlement, how his lawyer painted me as unstable, leaving me with scraps while he kept the investments. Posing as a potential client on LinkedIn, I messaged her firm. "Interested in your services for my startup." She bit, scheduling a virtual consult. During the call, her face lit up the screen, all professional charm. "Sophia? Wait, aren't you? Marcus's ex." I feigned surprise. "Oh, small world. No hard feelings. I'm just looking for the best." She hesitated but plunged in, pitching her expertise. I recorded it all, noting how she name-dropped clients, exaggerated successes. That was my entry point. Over the next weeks, I became her shadow online. Using anonymous accounts, I friended her on Facebook, joined her wellness groups. Victoria loved to overshare, posts about manifesting abundance, while subtly bragging about her life with Marcus. One night, scrolling through her old tweets, I found gold, archived posts from college, wild party pics, questionable jokes about faking it till you make it in business. But deeper, in a forgotten blog, she admitted to padding her resume, claiming degrees she hadn't fully earned, internships that were glorified coffee runs. It was petty, but in the cutthroat world of marketing, reputation was everything. I didn't stop there. Lily's visits became reconnaissance missions. "Tell me about Victoria's new product launch," I'd say casually over ice cream. Lily, oblivious, spilled. "She's partnering with this influencer, and Dad's investing big. It's gonna be huge." I smiled, but inside, plans brewed. I reached out to old contacts from my design days, people in the industry who'd crossed paths with Victoria's firm. One, a former colleague named Rachel, confided over coffee. "Victoria? Yeah, she's ambitious, but shady. Heard she poached clients by undercutting deals, maybe even leaked competitor info." Armed with whispers, I crafted my first strike. Anonymously, I tipped off an industry watchdog blog about potential ethics violations at her firm. I included screenshots of her old posts, twisted just enough to question her integrity without outright lies. The post went viral in niche circles. #marketing drama trending on Twitter among pros. Victoria's firm issued a statement, but the damage was done. Clients started pulling back. I watched her Instagram stories turn from triumphant to tense, cryptic posts about overcoming haters. Marcus called me furious. "Sophia, what the hell? Victoria is getting harassed online. You behind this?" I played innocent. "Me? I'm just trying to survive. Maybe it's karma." He hung up, but Lily noticed a shift. "Victoria's been crying a lot. Dad's stressed about money." Good, I thought. Let them taste uncertainty. But that was just the appetizer. Victoria's wellness line launch was set for a glitzy event in 3 months. A pop-up shop with influencers, free samples, the works. I infiltrated the planning via a fake email, signing up as a vendor interested in collaboration. She emailed back eagerly, sharing details. Venue, guest list, even budget breakdowns. Sloppy Victoria. Very sloppy. I used my design skills to forge a competing brand. Nothing real, just a mock website with similar products, undercut prices, and a launch date 1 week before hers. I seeded it on Reddit, in subreddits like r/wellness and r/small business, posing as an excited entrepreneur. Check out Harmony Haven, affordable wellness without the hype. Comments flooded in, drawing comparisons. Then, I anonymously messaged her key influencer partners. Heard Victoria's line is rebranded cheap imports. Proof attached. The proof was doctored labels, plausible enough to spook them. One by one, they backed out, citing scheduling conflicts. The launch was a disaster. Photos leaked online. Half-empty room, wilted flowers, Victoria forcing smiles while Marcus loomed in the background. Sales tanked. Reviews called it overpriced knockoffs. Her business line folded within weeks, draining Marcus's investment, our old retirement fund, essentially. Lily came home ranting. "Mom, Victoria's a mess." She yelled at Dad, saying it's all sabotage. Is it true? I hugged her, hiding my smirk. "Sweetie, sometimes people reap what they sow," but I wasn't done. The real coup was personal. Digging deeper, I uncovered Victoria's secret, an affair before marrying Marcus. Old emails from a mutual friend hacked? No, just social engineering. I posed as a concerned ex-colleague and got the dirt. The other man was a client, and their fling had cost her old job. Marcus didn't know. I packaged it neatly, anonymous envelope to his office, with photos, timestamps overlapping their courtship. Thought you should know. He confronted her. I knew because Lily texted in tears. Dad and Victoria are fighting bad. She might leave. The divorce papers followed swiftly. Marcus, ever the pragmatist, protected his assets with a prenup that left her with nothing if infidelity was proven. Victoria vanished from social media, her glow-up reversed. Last I heard, she was back in her hometown, waitressing to pay off debts. Marcus, humbled, begging for reconciliation talks. But Lily, my sweet, impressionable Lily, saw the truth. "Mom, I was wrong. You're not a failure. You're strong." Victoria, she lost everything. And me, I rebuilt. My freelance gigs turned into a thriving agency, inspired by the sabotage skills I'd honed. Lily chose to live with me full-time, our bond unbreakable. Sometimes, revenge isn't about destruction, it's about reclaiming your story. If you're reading this on Reddit AITA, maybe. But damn, it felt good. Word count, 1,248. Wait, that's short. Let me expand. The drive home that day replayed in my mind like a bad movie loop. Lily's words weren't just hurtful, they were a wake-up call. I'd let Marcus paint me as the loser ex, the one who couldn't keep up. But I had skills, design, research, and knack for patterns. Why not use them? My investigation deepened. I created burner accounts, followed Victoria's every move. Her Pinterest boards revealed obsessions, luxury vacations, designer bags, things Marcus bought her with money that should have been mine. One pin linked to a private forum for aspiring entrepreneurs, where she sought advice on dodging taxes for her side hustle. Screenshot that. Rachel, my coffee contact, became an ally. Sophia's right, Victoria's cutthroat. She once stole my campaign idea, presented it as hers. We plotted over lattes, Rachel feeding me internal memos. Victoria was on thin ice at work. One more scandal and she'd be out. The blog tip-off was meticulously planned. I used a VPN, anonymous email, attached evidence that looked organic. When it hit, Victoria's firm lost 2 major clients overnight. Her LinkedIn updates turned desperate. Open to new opportunities. Marcus's calls increased, accusatory but powerless. Lily's intel was priceless. Victoria's stressing about the launch. She ordered custom packaging from China, super cheap. I researched the supplier. Turns out, they used subpar materials, prone to recalls. Another anonymous tip to consumer watchdogs. Potential health hazards in upcoming wellness products. Inspections followed. Her stock was seized. The event night, I drove by the venue, watching from afar. Guests trickled in, then out whispering. Online, live tweets mocked the flop. Victoria's breakdown was public, a viral video of her snapping at a photographer. The affair reveal was the kill shot. The evidence was ironclad. Hotel receipts, flirty texts. Marcus's rage was palpable even through Lily's stories. Dad threw her out. Said she's a liar. In the aftermath, I thrived. New clients flocked to my authentic designs. Lily and I baked cookies, talked dreams, no more comparisons. Victoria, a cautionary tale. Marcus, alone with his regrets. If this sounds vengeful, it was. But in taking everything from her, I gave myself back everything. Ida, you decide.